In today's video, I'm going over VA loans, one of the very best loans you can get out there. Well deserved for all you veterans out there. Thank you for your service. My name is Duane Vizinau. I am a licensed wholesale lender and a certified government underwriter. Let's go ahead and get into it. What is a VA loan? A VA loan is a mortgage loan guaranteed by the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, so that makes it a government loan. And this loan helps veterans, active duty service members, and eligible surviving spouses to purchase or refinance a home. Now, these loans are offered by private lenders, banks, credit unions. Before you do apply, not all lenders out there offer VA loans, so just make sure you ask before you do apply. Key benefits of a VA loan: no down payment required in most cases. That's awesome. Zero down program. They also have no PMI. So when you put together no down payment and no PMI, that's a very tough loan to beat. But then they also have very competitive interest rates. So when you combine those three, you're not going to find a loan that's better than this out there. Limited closing costs as well. Depending on what type of veteran you are, some of the closing costs are also waived. And then there's no prepayment penalties, so you can refinance or sell your home without being penalized by the lender. VA loan eligibility. So here are the qualifying requirements that you must follow in order to show that you are eligible for a VA loan. A veteran with qualifying services, or either an active duty service member, 90 plus days, National Guard or Reserve, 6+ years or called to active duty, or a surviving spouse of eligible service member. If you fall within either one of these, then you would be eligible for a VA loan. Certificate of eligibility. So this is required to verify your entitlement, and you will need this form in order to move forward with VA financing. Now, in order to attain this form, you can go to one of the following. You can go to the e-benefits portal, and that's instant. You can access it directly on that portal. You can also ask the lender. As long as the lender offers VA loans, then they should be able to access this form too. And you can also mail this VA form right here, but I suggest you don't do that. That's lengthy. It will take some time. You can just ask your lender or go to that portal, and they will be able to provide that form to you. Now, there are different types of VA loans, so here goes a few. The VA purchase loan, to buy with no money down, so you can use it to purchase. Then there's the VA IRRRL, which is a streamlined refinance, and even in some cases, not even a credit report or appraisal is required. Now, that's dependent on the lender. As a wholesale lender, I do have multiple options and ones that will offer that type of streamlined refinance. Then they have the VA cash out refinance, where you can pull equity out of the home to pay off debt, get a swimming pool, buy another home or whatnot. And then you also have the VA Native American direct loan, and that's available for the natives, the indigenous people within America who can use this loan as well. And thank you for your service also. Before we move forward, if you are seeking to get pre-approved for a VA loan, I'd love to assist. There are big differences between working with a wholesale lender and a retail lender when it comes to VA loans or many other loans. Some retail lenders may just have a specific overlay where they will not allow credit scores below 640. But when you work with a wholesale lender, they typically work with multiple lenders, and they can find one lender that will go down to 500 credit score. So if you are looking for a VA loan with multiple options, go ahead and scan that barcode, go to my website, or click on the link within my bio. Now let's talk about VA loan limits and entitlement. So there is no loan limit. In 2020, VA got rid of that. So it doesn't matter the loan size, as long as your debt to income ratio meets whatever is required to get it approved, then you can move forward. Now, the entitlement will equal the VA guarantee amount, and this will determine whether you can put zero down or not. And depending on the loan amount that you're looking to apply, if you can put down zero. Now, there is also a bonus entitlement that may be applied for a second time use, which is awesome. VA funding fee. So this is a one-time fee. You don't have to continue paying this. And for some veterans out there, this fee is waived. Now, this is going to vary by service, loan type, down payment, and usage. So it can change, but it can be financed into the loan, or you can pay it out of pocket, whichever one you choose. Appraisal and property requirements. And this is where VA is going to be different from other loans. So the VA, they check the appraisal value and safety, obviously, but the property must meet the minimum property requirements, the MPRs. And I'm going to say this, that this is probably the only con, well, not probably, this is the only con with VA loans, is that every property will not meet the MPRs. So you want to be working with a loan officer and a realtor, especially the realtor, that can make sure that you are looking at homes that you want to place offers on that will meet the MPRs. Because if not, your offer will not be accepted, or all the repairs will have to be done after you close. And you can do an escrow holdback on some repairs, but in most cases, you won't be able to move forward. So that is the only con I can think of with the VA loan. So you just need to make sure that you're looking at homes that will meet these requirements. Now, the property must be safe, structurally sound, and sanitary, and all major systems must be in working order. Common misconceptions on VA loans. VA loans take longer. Well, that's not true, but it is and it isn't, because it does depend on who you're working with. And just like the realtor that I mentioned in the previous slide, it can take longer if you're working with a realtor who has you looking at homes that won't meet the MPRs, and that's going to take longer for you to get your offer accepted. So if you work with experienced lenders and realtors, then no, it will not take longer. The next one is only for first-time buyers. That's not true. You can reuse your VA for a second time, and all properties qualify. So no, all properties will not qualify. So again, just make sure you're working with a realtor who knows this ahead of time, and you're not placing on offers on properties that won't meet those MPRs. Here we have a quick comparison between VA loans and conventional loans. So 0 down for VA, conventional is 3 to 5% down. VA loans have no PMI, so that's awesome. Where conventional, you have to put down 20% or more to not have PMI. Now, the VA loan does have a funding fee, which you can finance, and the conventional loan does not. But the eligibility, you must be military related, and conventional is open to all. Here are some resources for you if you have more questions, but I am always available if you'd like to ask me some questions about VA loans. I didn't underwrite these loans, but I've closed many, and I have tons of experience with VA loans. So you can go to this website right here for some more VA information, as well as the e-benefits portal. And you can go to your VA regional loan centers, and they can assist with questions as well. All right, the VA loan, one of the best loans out there, no PMI, no down payment, and a competitive interest rate. So if you are seeking to do a VA loan and just would like to have more of a discussion, go ahead and scan that Zoom barcode. It's a free 30-minute consultation, doesn't cost you anything. Please like and subscribe if you feel the information was useful, and I'll see you on the next video.